so excited to tell you about the mics. Like,
Audio stuff can add up really quick, though.
it can add up quick, but it's like once you get into it, it's like really exciting.
Yeah, but for what we're doing, this is like great, and it's
Yeah.
not,
This
is
and
great.
This is affordable.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, man.
We are not sponsored by Asahi, okay?
Yeah,
No
bro.
matter what anyone tells you.
These are good for comedy. I use these during my. This couch really has like a slope.
It does. It makes
Yeah.
you like kind of slide, eh? Kind of.
I'm the only one that's probably the least sat
Yeah.
on, so I'm probably the higher.
If I
Yeah.
slide into you, Curtis, it's just because I love you.
Not because of the couch.
Well, couch is my excuse. Couch is my excuse.
It has nothing to do with the bell curve of the mattress here. The
Yeah.
cushion. Okay, what's up? We're talking gaming.
We're talking Street Fighter.
I'm talking Street
I'm
Fighter.
talking
Battle
Zelda.
I'm talking Metroidvania as a
Open
genre.
world, closed world, saving the world, all the worlds.
Talking Little Big Planet.
I'm
Got
talking.
nothing left to say about it. What's
talking
up, everybody?
Fortnite being overrated.
Yeah. Is
Yeah.
Fortnite overrated? We still don't know.
You know why it's not overrated? Because it has Dragon Ball characters in it,
Oh, yeah.
and rest in peace.
R.I.P.
Yes.
And you know what
Toriyama.
Akira Toriyama always wanted? He always wanted Goku to fight Darth Vader.
Mhm.
And, of course, Naruto.
And Attack
That
on
one's
Titan.
probably accurate, though. And Titan. And Chun-Li.
And Thanos.
Thanos.
All the
and,
crossovers. Superman.
XQC or whatever fucking streamer that is.
So Fortnite is really the only one that's doing it justice.
Yeah.
Paying
Yeah.
homage to.
That's my
Fortnite
favorite
is our thing.
Metroidvania is Fortnite.
I'm gonna try and cross my legs real quick. I just see how this goes.
Yeah. I think it's a good look for you.
Yeah.
Crossing your legs.
All right, let's go. Okay. All right. It's okay. We're okay.
That-
Okay.
I think
wow.
you're good.
That's quite a cross leg, I gotta say.
Yeah, man.
You're
That was
doing it
up.
like the
Cross leg.
awkward way.
Yeah.
like-
You rest one on your knee.
He's doing like
Yeah.
log cabin style.
I just need to stretch. I'll probably switch these legs
I
eventually.
prefer
There's
like
no
the
way.
TP version.
Yeah, there's no way Bobby lasts the whole.
Yeah.
There's no fucking way. Anyways,
All
we're
right.
talking video games. We're gonna do
Wait.
theme song.
Are
That
you
was the
making
theme
this?
song.
We gotta get picky to make a theme song.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, okay. We'll get Peggy to. Okay.
I was gonna share this Dragon Ball story.
Yeah, please,
My first experience with Dragon Ball.
please do.
Jared, you fucking get that shit.
Well, my turn. Oh no, nothing good.
I had these like figures of like Krillin, Yamcha, Goku. I think was in there. I can't remember because it was the arc with Cell, I think. But I had no idea what these characters were. I just knew they're like these fighting characters, and I was playing with them for so long until the show came out. And then I was like, oh, wait, I think these are from the show, like Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
And then when you go to Toys R Us, then you find the like actual ones, and the ones I had were like the Chinese knockoff ones.
Yeah.
But then I finally found I should show the figures, but they're at my mom's house. But I like loved these figures for so long without knowing where they were from.
Yeah.
And they're those little like they're not articulated, but you know like the little like statue ones, but they're in like fighting poses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd have them like fight each other and stuff. So that's like my first Dragon Ball Z memory.
You know, actually, I never actually asked this to anybody, but part of the hype of Dragon Ball Z for me was like, we saw the Western anime, so when I was watching the episodes as they came out as a kid,
Yeah.
I like didn't think Goku was gonna go Super Saiyan in the anime at all
Yeah.
because you saw Super Saiyan 3, Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 1. All like okay, these are like in Japan or whatever. But as we were watching the anime, like the first time it happened on Frieza, on that Planet Namek with Frieza, I was so fucking hyped
Well-
because I'm like, is it happening? Oh my god, is it happening?
Well, you thought like Super Saiyan was a Japan exclusive?
Yeah, yeah, I thought it was.
That's amazing. Okay, I got a question. Did you guys watch Dragon Ball first or Dragon Ball Z?
I
Dragon
saw,
Ball, but I was so
Oh,
young. I was so young, I don't remember.
I'm the
it.
opposite.
I saw Dragon Ball Z first.
First, yeah, because
Yeah.
that was what was on YTV in Canada. We're in Canada.
I saw most of Dragon Ball GT, and I actually thought it was quite good.
I didn't hate GT.
I would
I know
learn
it's
later
shit
people
on
didn't.
a lot, but I didn't hate it either.
Yeah,
But
still have not seen Super.
I saw Dragon Ball later, and I was like, oh, it's like it's quirky, and I'm like, oh, that's where he gets like the Nimbus,
The
you
Nimbus,
know, and
yeah.
like the pole that extends or whatever.
Yeah.
yeah,
There's like little things in Dragon Ball Z that you don't realize have a backstory, you know.
yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, R.I.P. Toriyama, I guess.
R.I.P.
but,
Toriyama.
No, it was weird when it happened that I didn't know what kind of impact it would have on
Yeah.
me, but I was actually like, what do we do now? Like, I don't know
yeah,
why.
where do we go from here?
Yeah, I don't know why that was the response I had, but I was like,
Yeah.
there's no way. Like, what? Like that? I don't know. You just thought, you never think it's, I guess it's because, like, manga artists, a lot of them are, like, kind of sick and in and out of health, and then they suddenly died. Like, that's not super uncommon. So, but for some reason, I just didn't think the Dragon Ball guy would die. I don't know why.
He trained so much.
He died in like a
Just
yeah, exactly. He kind of died in a weird way too.
Apparently, he's been having, I don't know.
Oh, okay. I heard he hit his head.
He had, everybody's getting different information. Though.
Oh, okay.
Someone said that
Oh.
he had, like, brain cancer and they were doing stuff, and then, like, it's ongoing.
Oh, okay.
And then it's like subdural hematoma, something.
It's like a brain hemorrhage.
yeah,
isn't it?
yeah, something like that. So that kind of sucks. But we lost the Yu-Gi-Oh guy. We lost the Berserk
wait, what?
guy. Oh,
I
that was-
forgot about the Yu-Gi-Oh.
That was
guy.
that was years ago.
Okay,
and then we
I
lost
thought
the Berserk guy.
Mira,
Yeah.
Berserk guy. I thought
Yeah.
like that hurt me a lot, but I was also like, "There's no way this guy's ever finishing the story."
Yeah.
But like Dragon Ball, he did finish the story, and he kind of like made our childhoods,
yeah.
and so that one hit me way harder than I thought it would.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, I was like, "Damn, I'm sad." Like,
I was telling Kurt that someone made an Instagram meme about the Spirit Ball, like Toriyama's joining the Spirit Ball. I actually got really emotional from that. I was like, oh my
Me
god.
too, yeah. Also, he like really made a lot of stories about the afterlife when you
Yeah.
look at it and
Yeah.
stuff.
Mm.
And then
Mhm. That's the first.
as soon as he
yeah.
died, like everyone's like, "Get the Dragon Balls. We gotta wish him back," you know. And it's like, no, I wish it worked that way.
Yeah.
But you can't fuck androids though. That is real.
That is true.
Yeah, we
No,
can.
you had
We,
to-
That was his real
No,
innovation.
we
had
can at
to-
least do that. I'm just saying we have the technology.
We have the technology.
I love that Bill Burr bit. He's like, "There's these sex robots now. You know, someone's got to test those things, right?"
The prototype sex robot. I volunteer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I wouldn't volunteer.
Yeah. I'm not-
What if it's like a carburetor or
You
something?
lose it.
Anyways. Well, sorry. Anyways, R.I.P. Toriyama. There you go.
What
Bill
was-
Burr bit.
What was
thrown
your
in there.
guys' first Dragon Ball experience, memory, or favorite, whatever you want to?
Dragon Ball memory?
The intro was
I'm trying to
always so
think
cool to me.
what
Dragon.
because
Dragon.
everyone has a favorite arc, you know.
You could do that too.
And like
You wanna do
I
arcs?
think my first one was the Frieza arc. I completely skipped the Raditz arc.
Oh.
Yeah.
Raditz arc, compared to all the others, is kind of the most boring, in my opinion. It's great.
Yeah.
It's a great intro, you know, because fucking Goku dies so quick. You're like, what the fuck, like
Yeah.
shit.
Mhm.
But you know what the biggest thing for me with Dragon Ball Z was? Like, obviously you love the main characters and stuff, but the villains were like to me the coolest part.
Oh, totally.
Because I absolutely love Frieza. I love Cell.
So.
I love fucking Boo. Actually, like as time has gone on, Boo I think is like my favorite one because he was
Yeah.
just like this goof, and then he slowly becomes like scarier. as
I
time
like
goes
that he
on.
was a quirky fat dude.
Yeah, and like
that
Vegeta gets taken
representation.
over. Yeah.
Yeah.
Representation, quirky
Yeah,
fat.
as a kid. Yeah. No.
Hey,
it's
don't be
tr-
hard on yourself. You're not quirky.
No, thank you. Thank you. I don't want to be accused of fucking. The Cell arc for me is still the go.
Cell arc, yeah,
Cell
I
arc
mean,
for me.
yeah,
the
Gohan-
androids and the Trunks was such a fucking badass when Trunks was on
he just
screen
like
for the
came
first
out of
time.
nowhere. He's just a badass. Like,
Yeah,
that just
blew
kills
Frieza up like.
yeah.
That's when you knew shit
Trunks
was
is my favorite character.
shifting
for
into
He
that
was
game.
mine for a long time too.
Yeah,
Yeah, what is your favorite? Like,
Yeah, what are we doing?
What-
I like
what's-
Piccolo. I actually, even though
I'm-
Cell
I'm
is my
with
favorite
you,
arc,
Piccolo,
yeah, Piccolo, the
yeah.
Gohan Piccolo thing was like my favorite.
Yeah.
You gotta watch the new movie then.
Yeah,
Did
I
you
gotta watch.
it?
he was like the real father of
He
that
was.
story.
I will say
the dad who showed
Yeah.
up. Goku
that
and
and beat the shit.
yeah, and beating the shit. Yeah, there's some the parenting.
All right,
lessons of
Goku,
Dragon
I'll
Ball
beat the
Z.
shit out of your son. For
Yeah.
you. Fuck, I'll do it.
Yeah,
And then Goku comes
Yeah.
and beats the shit out of him again
Yep.
when they're training.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, Goku.
the most beloved terrible father.
I know.
Goku. Like,
Have you
it's
guys
crazy.
ever have you ever watched Dragon Ball Z in Japanese?
Oh, a little bit,
I
yeah.
just remember
'Cause,
Frieza's
it's-
voice
Especially in the
thing.
movies.
Goku is meant to be a like quirky alien that's like kind of goofy, and if you listen to his voice, it's super hype. It's like, "Ah, la, la, la." But like in North America, we have the English dub, which is what I grew up with, and he sounds more badass and more like an action star in a way. Like his voice is very manly, masculine.
It depends. Yeah, but he does have some time. It depends on what mood he's in.
It's true, but
'Cause
I
he
just
does
mean like
I feel like the English did capture they're like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
they did.
You know,
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
He
did,
doesn't sound
but
like Vin Diesel.
he's way more hyper masculine. Whereas like in the
when he's,
Japanese,
like, fighting and stuff.
yeah, but the Japanese version, he's meant to be more like this guy's a goofball and he's meant to save us. Like what the hell kind of thing. Like that's kind of
Yeah.
what
That's,
I
you notice
got from.
that's like often a common like anime manga trope. Kinda.
Yeah.
Like Luffy.
Yeah,
It's like he's intentionally like he's stupid.
yeah,
Like he's like kind of dumb. But then occasionally he'll say like some like endearing stuff. But like the point of his character is he's kind of dumb.
yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's endearing, and he wants to save people, and he wants to be a good guy and stuff like that. But I feel like Goku, they have that. Or I guess it's also a playful, like you know, like Goku originally is like Sun Wukong.
Yeah.
Kind of thing, right? With he's a monkey. He's the monkey journey to the whatever.
Yeah.
to the west
Oh
and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. Yeah.
And that kind of character is that, like, kind of a goofball.
True. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. The Japan does have like a obsession with that kind of. Yeah. They're initially a goofball or they're the town drunk or something, but they're actually like really like a badass that
Yeah.
can fight. You
I
know?
like it. I like that.
I do too. It's a bit more lighthearted, I guess. Have you ever read Doctor Slump or Mister Slump? That was like Toriyama's like first comic.
No, I've heard a lot about it
Yeah, since
because
he
of-
died, I had no idea it existed. But yeah. Sorry, what were you gonna say, Bobby?
Oh, did you guys play the Dragon Ball Budokai games any chance? Any
Oh,
Dragon Ball
fuck.
games?
Oh, yeah.
Sick.
Yep.
Fighters is the latest one, and that game nailed it. Oh my
Yeah.
god,
They're
It was
coming
so-
out with Budokai Tenkaichi, a new one.
Yeah,
See that shit?
Yeah.
It looks so hype. It looks sick.
I'm pretty pumped for it. It's great basis for video games. Even though the games aren't technically the most like incredible fighting games, they're so fun.
No,
Totally,
so fun,
yeah,
so cool.
yeah.
Look good.
Mine
Great
was
characters,
fun,
great
yeah.
colors. Yeah.
for sure.
Actually, to fighting game wise, were you getting into Street Fighter as well?
yeah,
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 Street
yeah. That was
Fighter,
a
and then
great
you-
segue.
Yeah.
I did my first Street Fighter tournament recently,
I was saying.
and it is about what you would expect. There was a lot of sweaty, smelly people.
You said
But,
a
yeah.
16-year-old won the
This
whole
a
thing.
16-year-old won the whole thing, and the entire time he was kicking everyone's ass. There's these like late 30-year-olds that are just like, "You fucking suck, go kill yourself." Basically, like they're going far, and me and like my friends who came to the tournament were like, "Is this okay? Is this like child abuse at this point?" Like they were yelling at him, but then as soon as they won, they like all had a group hug and they were like celebrating with him, and we were super happy because there's this one guy. He almost made Capcom Cup, which is like the biggest
Yeah.
Capcom Street Fighter tournament. He didn't. He almost made it. So like my buddy Joe Van's like, "Oh, I want to play him just like casually." So they played it, and the guy was so cocky the entire time. He's like, "Yeah, I'm just kind of a pro. Like I almost made Capcom Cup." And he's like, "And then I'm gonna get into this new tournament in Vancouver, and like the biggest fighting game player ever, Daigo's gonna be there." And he's like, "I'm gonna beat everyone in the tournament, and then I'm gonna beat Daigo, and then I'm just gonna win the tournament, and then I'm gonna go to Capcom Cup next year." And then he got beat by the 16-year-old, and we were all so fucking happy because we're like, "You're a little bitch," and everyone's like, "Go back to the island, fuck you!" Like everyone just doesn't like this guy because he was just so cocky. So, you know, there is some justice in this world, but my two friends who play, I would say, are arguably better than me at Street Fighter, but I went further in the tournament, so it was kind of funny for that regard. So,
Nice.
so I got to rub that in their faces.
Would you do it again? Was it fun?
I'll probably do some more. Yeah. I'm down. Like, even if I lose, like, it's just good practice. But I think Capcom, like, the past 7 years has kind of learned their lesson because there was a slump for Capcom. I feel like people forget. Like when they had like Resident Evil 6, that was garbage, and then they had like they fucked up Street Fighter 5, and they messed up so many things that I think they're finally making amends. Like Resident Evil 4 remake was really amazing. RE2 remake was
Yeah,
great.
the RE2
Street
remake was
Fighter
dope.
6 is fucking sick. I'm loving that game. Like they're doing good. I know like the Devil May Cry series, they fixed
Yeah.
that shit. So
DMC5
I think
was-
Capcom's learned their lesson, and now they're just like knocking it out of the park. So it's fun. I was watching Capcom Cup this year too, and it's like watching UFC now for me because now I have their backstories and shit, and I'm like, oh, this guy plays this character, and oh my god, like that's not a popular character. They're like low tier, and like, but they're winning the whole tournament and shit like that. So it's weird. I feel weird that I'm like getting so into
I
this
think I asked you
fighting
this before,
tournament,
like,
but.
how many people have like a secondary character? Is that
Actually,
how common is that?
one of the guy who's won Capcom Cup twice, he plays Blanc as his main, which is like an obscure character to play.
Mm-hmm.
But he has like two other characters he'll play depending on the matchup. So he'll play like the best character, and then if he has like he needs a character that's more ranged, he uses this third character. So
What's like S tier right now on the tier list?
This guy's
Characters.
name's JP. He's got like a pimp cane. He's like an old man, and he has
yeah.
like this energy. Like he can like grab you from across the screen with like a energy hand and like squeeze you. It is bullshit. Honestly, it's fucking bullshit.
Guessing you don't play him.
No, I hate him. I get excited to fight him when I'm online because I'm like I just hate this character so much.
Yeah,
And Luke is another character. He's like kind of like a
The new
like
MC.
a K-pop looking guy, and he's just ridiculous. So yeah,
How's
pisses me off.
Dalsim?
Dawsum's very low tier. There are some Dawsum's got some good.
Not that I played Dalsim.
Yeah, like
he's
some.
always been low tier, apparently in every game, right?
Yeah, he's pretty low tier, but he's like.
Still got flame.
He's kind of
Bring
this
the flame.
character that
Bring
sets up
fire.
traps basically constantly. So he like throws a fireball and he makes you jump, and then he like extends his arms and punches you
Oh,
in the
yeah.
air, kind of
Yeah.
thing. You know, he like
Tricky.
and once you know like how to get through the gimmicks, it's like okay, I can destroy you. But
And your main is.
my main is Ken.
nice.
He's kind of high tier as well, though. But
I always
That's how
liked
you-
Blanca. Actually, I was a big.
I
Blanca
want to get good at Blanca, but he's a tough character.
Yeah.
But yeah.
The last Street Fighter I played though was like, I think the original Street Fighter 2, dude. I haven't
Yeah.
played Street Fighter in so long.
Yeah, like turbo or like
Yeah.
regular. Or like, yeah, there's so many versions. Honestly, I have like Alpha 3 behind this camera here, but
Oh, sick.
I used to love that one. Or Third Strike was really good. But
Yeah, this new one though has gotten. I think it was like Game of the Year on a lot of lists last year. So
6.
6, yeah.
Yeah, I don't see fighting games like really winning Game of the Year, but like for me, it was my Game of the Year. But I mean,
Yeah.
like there was. I mean, I can't deny Baldur's Gate 3 was like a Marvel achievement or whatever.
Yeah,
You know, like
yeah.
I didn't play it, but I'm like I would love to play it, but it would engulf my life.
I know
you
that's what I can't. That was the
That's my
thing because
problem
like
too,
I
yeah.
saw Baldur's Gate 3 get all this like the two games that were the biggest acclaim that I saw last year were Alan Wake 2 and Baldur's Gate 3. I want to play Alan Wake 2.
That's a
'cause-
game I never thought would get a sequel, even
Yeah.
though it looks. I love like horror stuff and I love the concept, so I was glad to see it.
Yeah, it definitely did something unique and interesting. But
Yeah.
yeah, the same. I never thought it would get a sequel. I never thought the sequel would get so much acclaim and
Yeah, no
attention. and,
kidding,
like,
yeah.
it was so many people thought it was like one of the best games ever made.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, Baldur's Gate 3 though, it's like, although I know it's like an awesome achievement, it's like I just know that I don't like that sort of RGP. Oh my God, CRPG,
CRT TV.
CRT. I got an OLED actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
No man, like I was like I can't, and then it would engulf my life, and then I just don't like the turn-based, the 19 missions. I want a focused, action-oriented experience.
Yeah.
But I totally appreciate that. Like I mean, every line was like voiced in almost every interaction over like hundreds and hundreds of missions.
We're talking
Like,
Alan Wake or Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's Gate.
Okay,
Baldur's
yeah,
Gate,
yeah.
like the
that
acting.
was. I think they had like 1 million voice lines or
Yeah.
something. They said. I was like, that's nuts.
insane.
It's basically just Dungeons and Dragons on crack,
Yeah.
and that's all you need, man.
Yeah. Every real life experience with Dungeons and Dragons I've ever had has been traumatizing for
Oh
me.
really?
I really
have a
not
good
had
crew
fun.
and we play. It's pretty fun actually.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Fun?
we
Okay.
we were called what we murder hobos basically. That's the kind of
Murder-
play style we do. It's like we will enter a town and it's like this damsel needs help and we're like we burn her body. We rob her father and burn the house or something like it's something stupid like that. But
Nice.
So
it's not good, but
I've never played before, so
Yeah.
so it depends on the dungeon master, the like.
so the DM will kind of like guide you, but you can still make decisions on directions to go.
So let's say you burn the damsel, then he decides what happens after.
Yeah, basically, and he can be like, okay. See, the thing is, like, the playstyle we're doing, murder hobos.
Is
there-
that a- is
there's
that an
reper-
official- is
It
that
is
an
an official
oh.
term. Yeah, there's repercussions. Like a character we burnt our very first session. I only bring that up because someone literally did that.
Okay.
And we were in a prison. The guy literally burnt the prison mate with us, and we're like, "What are you doing?" And he burned him alive. That guy came back as like a demon guy later
So, but-
and killed our other teammate, which is a big deal if you lose a teammate in D&D.
But the dungeon master decides that.
He does, but like usually the repercussion for that playstyle is like our buddy Max knows this. He's like, okay, well they're gonna have to like learn their lesson later. So,
Okay.
but the
the
DM
dungeon-
could not do that. He could
Yeah.
just be like, okay, you can just continue being assholes. But no, yeah, D&D is kind of like it's based on your rules and your stats and like skills you have, and then they
How are the
provide
stats
scenarios.
and stuff like determined.
Based on your class a lot. So like I'm a rogue.
Mhm.
So I have a lot of like dexterity or whatever. I have a lot of like
What does that do for you?
sneak or something like. So if I sneak, I have double damage. But like there's certain scenarios where I can't sneak, and then suddenly like I can't use some of my special moves I have. I can't. really help as much as I normally
and
would.
then those scenarios are determined by the DM.
Yeah, basically.
So
or
he
like
can be like your sneak's not high enough.
for instance, like one guy, we like oil had spilled in the room, and like he didn't think ahead, and he just used a fire move, and it just like lit the entire room on fire and killed his character, which was a huge deal. And he was super pissed off. It was Vito. He was so pissed off for like a week. But it's just like you got to think ahead for some of those scenarios, you know.
No one was like, "Hey, don't do that."
In some regards, they were trying to warn him, but he still did it, and it was just like, okay, so yeah.
Interesting.
You should try it sometime. It'll make more sense.
But
But
you need a good DM. Then,
you need a
obviously.
good DM.
Because he
Thankfully, we
determines the whole thing.
have a really good DM. Thankfully, so
I'm down. Maybe the next time you guys play, if
yeah,
I'll try and-
I could talk to them. Yeah.
I'll be a blacksmith or something. I don't know.
That'd be cool. Yeah,
But yeah, I don't know. I'm also like terrible with
it's
games.
also ridiculous because
As Curtis knows.
our DM will like insert like random real life references. Like there was a mage named Bill Cosmo. That's
Oh,
probably
God.
not appropriate, but and he got his comeuppance, but he was a terrible person basically.
when art imitates life.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I got a little off topic here. Well, another game of the year is Zelda.
Yeah, okay.
So
I'm
you
actually
started
enjoying-
playing that.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think, yeah, I can see Game of the Year. It's really insane. It's beautiful. It's like so well done. I didn't really like Breath of the Wild that much. I should have given it more of a chance.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, like,
'Cause-
I played some of it. I didn't go too deep into it, but there's nothing off the, like, apparently, I was just, like, yeah, like, off the rip, I wasn't super into it. But off the rip, I thought the tutorial of Tears of the Kingdom was a lot better.
Really? Because in Breath of the Wild, they literally just throw you in, which I thought was better than
Yeah.
Tears of the Kingdom makes you play for 3 hours on that floating island,
Yes, I didn't mind that.
which is kind of like, I don't know.
I get it. I think it's also
Yeah.
like I come from that, like a tutorial level
Fair,
actually aren't
yeah.
anything that's like too surprising to me.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like, oh, you know, there was that video of like just was it Mega Man, where it's like just like start
Yeah,
the
yeah.
gameplay and you can naturally unveil the
Yeah.
game. Like, I mean, to an extent, I appreciate that, but then
Works for that
sometimes
game
I'm just
style.
like, dude, like this is a 17 square kilometer game. Please just give me something to work with off the bat.
Yeah.
And I
fair
really
enough.
just like the mobility, like the versatile powers are so great. I
the
love
abilities are really cool.
the buildings, even jumping through the verticality, like
Rather than
that is
climbing.
rather than climbing.
that's
all the
my
time.
cool.
felt
I
like
think
was
that's the
climbing all
coolest
the time.
ability that they added was the going through objects.
Totally. I
Yeah.
actually kind of wish it was in so many other games. Like
Yeah. No,
like
totally.
they made it like you kind of feel as though I don't know. I just feel like the world's way more accessible. I think
It
the
is,
lore
yeah.
the lore is a little bit more interesting to me too. I mean,
Yeah. So what's the how like much do you need to play Breath of the Wild for you to play? Because I heard that you can just straight up just play.
You
Tears.
could.
yeah.
I mean, there's some references to like Breath of the Wild, but honestly, like not a lot. There's more cutscenes,
Like
which
how
is
much of it is there a reason to like play through Breath first before you?
Oh,
play
I don't
Tears?
think there's any reason.
That's
Yeah.
what I've
But
heard.
like
I've heard
there
that too.
there are connections if you pay attention.
if you
Like
want to, yeah.
because like if you play Breath of the Wild, you're like, oh, this village was like in the mountains and it was cool and normal, and then now it's like a blizzard is going on in Tears of the Kingdom in that area.
Yeah.
And like everything's slightly different and off. Like there's a sandstorm in the desert, whereas in Breath of the Wild there
Yeah.
wasn't.
But
I do
could
have
also just
critiques.
watch a YouTube video.
I do have a lot of critiques of Tears of the Kingdom, which I didn't initially have. I was like, this game's great, and it is great. It's
Yeah.
a super fun game. My problem is the sky like areas. Like I feel like they could have done more with it.
Oh yeah.
A lot of them are just like kind of like you find one thing and that's it. Like
Yeah.
there's not much to the sky areas
And the depths. Is
and the
basically-
depths. There's not a lot of reason to go back once
Yes.
you've already done it.
Yeah.
It's cool. I like. It's awesome that they add it. It's like such a huge world. It's super cool.
Yeah.
But and like, you can build these cool contraptions. You can build an airship. You can build like a moving car, and like that shit's awesome.
Yeah.
But also, the time I take to build that thing, I could have got to Hyrule Castle already by like running on foot. You know, it's kind of like that. A lot of times, it's like
Yeah.
I didn't need to do this.
Honestly, I don't build that much when I play. I think they have
Yeah.
auto build, which is actually really nice.
They do,
But
yeah,
I
and-
don't use it
But
that much.
it also takes a while to get that feature.
Yeah, it does.
Which I feel like they should have introduced that way earlier on.
Yeah. Apparently, did you use the hover bike? You know about the hover
Yeah,
bike?
everyone. Yeah. That's
I
like the
I
go-to.
barely ever use
It's-
it,
Yeah.
but I still like it a lot. I
No,
just like
Tears of the
rocket
Kingdom's
ship
still a fucking amazing game. I see a lot of people trying to shit on it, but
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think I would give it a 10 out of 10 now.
Yeah.
Even
I-
though it's such a good like Breath of the Wild deserved 10 out of 10 because it broke the norms of Zelda and it was like it changed open world games.
Yeah.
But now it's like that's established. and like this one just kind of felt like more. It was just like a
Expansion.
DLC expansion,
Yeah.
and like there was a lot more added that made it feel more justified to be a new game.
Yeah.
But
Like-
still, I was kind of like, I was, as time went on and like, you know, the dust settled on me playing, and I was like, you know what, there was some things that I
Does
feel
it
like
feel
could have
like
been
the
more.
Majora's Mask to the Ocarina of Time?
No,
Yeah. No, it doesn't.
Majora's Mask was like
Challenging. Dark,
challenging
cool.
and a completely different game.
Yeah.
In a lot of, they just had the same assets. It was just, it was a different game though.
But this is more like
Majora's Mask was like they got lucky, to me, and it's my favorite Zelda. To put this in perspective, but it's just very quirky and dark. But it was just kind of like they had a year to make it, and they just somehow they like found a cool concept and like they knocked it out of the park. And
but Tears doesn't feel like an entirely different game. It just feels like
no, it
different
just
mechanics,
feels
but
like
the same.
more Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
But like new mechanics a bit.
Yeah.
And I miss some of the old mechanics. Like used to be able to just pull out a bomb whenever in Breath of
yeah.
the
You
Wild.
can't
I
do
kind
that
of
anymore?
no, you can't.
Oh, no.
So stuff like that.
Yeah,
But otherwise, you know, like the meld, like you can fuse things to your
Yeah.
weapons. That's cool. Like that shit's awesome. But anyways, I've been rambling a
I
lot.
played Ocarina. We were talking about this. I don't think we got on the podcast though. But
Yeah.
I played a decent amount of Ocarina of Time. So I'm like, I'm gonna go back and play that on my Steam Deck.
Yeah.
Now.
How do you?
Sick.
I probably shouldn't have said that because I'm not supposed to be able to do that. But
Now they know.
whatever.
Nintendo's after us. Cease and
Yeah.
desist.
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
We're shutting this podcast down.
Yeah.
Is your hand? Oh,
We're
sorry.
holding hands, Zach. Zach, don't fight it,
What's
Zach.
going on behind me there?
Don't.
Guys,
Yeah.
don't do that. I
Forbidden
wanna be
love,
part of
man.
But that game is like not intuitive in a lot of areas. Like that.
Oh,
you,
totally.
Like I'm like, how do you do this without a guide?
Yeah.
Like I know
Some of
like,
the things,
This
yeah.
so this is my first time actually playing Ocarina of Time. So bear with me. You guys probably already know all the like all the
You've had years to be
Dude.
normalized to how the narrative is of that game.
Yeah.
So you know in the Goron, I told you this part already.
Yeah.
In the Goron area.
Yeah, that was
And
the
then-
one area I specifically remember, even back in the day, being like, "What the fuck?"
I'm like, what am I supposed to do? You're like, oh, he had the king of the Gorons or whatever.
I think he like briefly mentioned something about a song, and then like you don't know what song
Did
or what.
he? Did
I don't
he
know.
even?
Like maybe not. I don't
I,
know.
I feel like I mean also I don't read a lot like very well.
Yeah.
Like I just kind of skim and press A. I'm that guy.
Oh,
and-
dude, there's a story, you know.
I know. I tried. Oh, okay, so there's that part. So you're supposed to play Saria song. I'll tell you guys right now. If you're stuck at that part, the Goron part, and you're playing Ocarina of Time, however many years after it's been released,
Yeah, you don't need to walk through now. You got it.
you just listen to this podcast, and I'll give you one
Play-
tip every podcast. But
Saria's song.
you gotta play Saria's song. But how is it? To me, there was no hints that it was the wood song from the forest.
It makes no sense what the
Saria's song.
connection is. Yeah,
between him and the Goron. And then there was the you know when you have to go in the fish to save.
Jabu Jabu.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I didn't know I was supposed to get an empty jar from anywhere and then go get a fish and then throw the fish in front of the giant fish to open his mouth to eat the fish, and then he'll suck you inside so you can go inside the fish.
Yeah, I mean, it's been so long. I don't even remember that.
Yeah.
That's
no
crazy.
one told me I was supposed to get no one said like, oh, like it would have been like, oh, he's hungry.
Yeah.
Right? He's hungry. You see there's fish everywhere.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
should try to feed him. Nobody said anything. They're just like, you got to get inside, and his mouth is just closed. And I'm like, how? And they're like, no, you got to use the jar.
Sounds
That he
Yeah.
gave you the jar to go get a fish in fucking from wherever, and then bring the fish all the way there. But even if he thought of that, you'd be like, well, he would just eat it and close his fucking mouth. Like, why? I don't know. Anyway, it's a great game. I'm having a lot of fun still.
Yeah.
But it was just like some of these parts, like, how did you get through without a guide? How did anybody finish? How did you guys finish Ocarina of Time? Did you guys buy the guide?
I played as a team. It was like
I
we all
feel
walked
like
together.
I must have like had to look it up on like Game Facts, whatever. Back
Was that
in the
even
day.
around back
It
then?
was, yeah. That was like an early internet
Okay.
thing, but
Okay. But anyway, no,
no, like
it's still fun.
there's a lot of. It kind of shows you how far games have come in some ways, where they're like, we should give some semblance of a hint.
Yeah.
But at the same time, what like we were talking about with Eagle Raptor and that video with the
Yeah.
I hate that
tutorials and
video
stuff.
now. As time's
You
going
should-
on,
Mega
sequelitis
Man?
thing. That
Oh, you know, he probably doesn't like that. That's why he doesn't make it anymore. But but I actually agree a lot of with the tutorial stuff. It's like it stunts the game. You're like, I'm playing
it's
it,
not wrong, yeah.
and then you're playing, and then another screen, and you're and another tutorial. And I'm just like, I just want to really just play. Like, can I just play the game? Like, I kind of would like you to thread in this stuff that it's kind of intuitive. Like I know to press A to try stuff, and like
Yeah.
what's the first thing you do when you play any game? You press all the buttons
Yeah.
because like
Yeah.
what do all the buttons do, right?
There should
And
be a
then-
game where that just ends it. It's like you lost.
Oh no! But
You
I also
tried the wrong
understand-
button.
It,
Button
like
push
imagine if
HD.
you had every button mapped to the every ability immediately,
Yeah.
and then you're just given a scenario that obviously from like start. I guess that would also be hard, right? You'd be like, I don't know, there's so many fucking things. I don't know what I'm doing. So I understand, but I don't know. There's some games that do it so well, like they thread in. I mean, I don't know why I'm thinking about Dark Souls, but like, there's no tutorial too much really. They're like, and it's the
That
best
is
part
the-
with like the first, it was Demon Souls or Dark Souls, but they're like,
Demon
yeah,
Souls,
like
yeah.
press B and you'll like jump back a bit in case you get hit. And it's so funny. The first time you do it, you jump back a bit, and he still hits you, and you're like, "What the fuck was the point of you teaching me to jump back
That's
a bit?"
amazing.
Right?
That's
Because
so
like
Dark
use
Souls.
B to like
That is,
dodge
yeah.
back
Yeah.
one step, and they're like, "Yeah, okay, I'll time it. I press B right now," and then this sword just still smashes you, and you're like,
Yeah.
"Bro." Anyway,
No, I don't disagree with any of the stuff in that Ego Raptor video. But I don't know. I just hate that people have used that now as like the rubric for being like, Ocarina of Time sucks, and it's like, no, shut the fuck up. It's
Oh,
still a
that
great
one.
game.
Oh, that
Yeah.
one. That was a different. That was the
Oh.
third episode of sequel. We're talking about the Mega Man one.
Oh, the Mega Man. Oh, never mind. That
Where
one's
he's talking
fine.
about
Yeah.
Mega Man, whatever, like doesn't give you tutorials. It just slowly introduces
New
different pieces,
elements, yeah.
right? And then the game puts those pieces together
Yeah.
to make it, like falling platforms. One, okay, that's one.
What's
and then the enemy shoots this thing. And
Yeah.
then he puts them together. Falling platforms and enemy shoots things.
Yeah.
But then it's funny because I played one Mega Man that was the same type of Mega Man X whatever.
Yeah.
And then it was funny because they didn't do any of that. It just put all the things together in one go without introducing each of them one at a time. And I was like, this is crazy. Oh my god, this is not.
Oh,
what's-
but they take it
you
away after, don't they? I think they give it
I think
to
I
you
just
and then
played the
take it
wrong
away.
Mega Man.
I feel like that maybe like X5 or something. I don't remember.
I'm not a
I had
huge Mega Man
X4.
guy.
I regret selling X4. But anyways, I was about to be like, what is a game that you played where you were surprised as you were playing it that they were still introducing new things? You know what I mean? Like, is there a game where you're playing and you're like, they're still introducing new elements now? Like Tears of the Kingdom kind of was like that a bit.
Yeah, I was gonna say Tears of the
Um,
Kingdom.
You mean like late in the game?
Yeah,
Or-
like
okay.
I think even like the not the newest God of War, but the one before that. I think like even then I was like, oh, they're still introducing things. That's cool. Like,
Well, you know what? Actually, I will say this. Actually, in a lot of big open world games, that happens to me all the time. Just because I tend not to go in order.
yeah,
Like in Tears of the Kingdom, I have like I'm so like jacked right now, and then only now am I like kind of starting the second main quest.
yeah.
That I was supposed to start like.
Oh, really?
when at the beginning.
I did all the like main dungeons like right off the bat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did a lot. I just finished those now, but then
Yeah.
there was that second with the glyphs
Yeah.
that I just started. And
I don't think I even finished that. I do have to go back. I still have to beat. I haven't even started Metroid Dread, but I have that game and I really want to play it.
So good.
Yeah.
I know.
So good.
I really
I
want
even
the
bought the
figure.
Figma.
I want the Figma.
I
so-
got it. Should I bring it?
You have it right now?
It's at home at my mom's house.
Oh, I was like, you are home, Kurt.
We live here.
Yeah, this is where.
Zach live here. Yeah.
I really want to play the
Yeah.
Metroid Prime remaster.
Me too.
And
And it's on sale a lot. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I feel like I should own this. Also, that would be a collector's item because those.
Yeah.
You know what sells for a lot is the Metroid Prime and Wind Waker combination disc.
Oh.
That thing sells for like $1,000 for
Jesus.
GameCube. Yeah,
I didn't
Really?
know that existed.
yeah, it was very rare. So
Prime Waker.
Prime Waker, let's say. Yeah.
That's dope. Yeah, I don't know what collectible game I would really want. I mean, I already have Metal Gear Solid 4, which for me is like my big collectible. I really like.
I have
game.
that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Zach would like Mother probably has it already.
I wish I had like an original copy of Earthbound. Yeah.
Earthbound. Yeah.
And with the scratch and sniff, our buddy Vittorio literally bought it one time. It was like, I think he bought it for like $4K,
Oh wow.
and he just bought it to flex on me, and then he sold it for $7K. And I was like, "You fucker! Not only let me see it and hold it, and then you sold it. Like, what the fuck?"
I mean, if he made $3K on it.
that was the
Yeah.
most troll thing. I understand, but come on,
Yeah,
like,
no.
it's like, give me this, please.
That was a power move.
That was a power move.
That's a real
That's
power
how you
move.
know you're doing game collecting right.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. I
still haven't forgiven him. But
I want to play the new. Speaking of 2D franchise
Yeah, yeah.
generations. I really want to play the new Prince of Persia.
I heard good things about that.
Yeah, me too.
It's on Switch, right?
No, it's on all platforms.
Oh,
It's just
okay,
like a kind of Metroidvania roguelike or whatever style Prince of Persia.
Yeah.
I played all the other Prince of Persia games.
Did
so
you like
really
even the fourth one?
not the fourth one,
Okay,
but
yeah.
where he had the colorful. Actually, I was gonna buy it.
It looked cool, like
It was like
aesthetically.
$2 on Steam. So
This, you know, it's funny. This is kind of a tangent, but I had the all three of the first ones,
yeah,
and I brought the second one over back in the day when you go to like sleepovers,
Yeah.
and like that one had a chick on the back with like the most scantily clad metal
Yeah.
outfit. And like the parent of the person I was staying over, she saw that and she's like, "I'm gonna have to confiscate this for the weekend." I was like, "Okay," like I swear it's a fun game. Like it's not that.
oh Jesus,
But yeah, those games are fun.
yeah,
Like
I
for
really
what they
enjoyed
were, honestly.
them. Yeah, they were the first kind of acrobatic 3D dungeon crawler I played. I guess.
Yeah, and like
Yeah.
the time element was really cool.
Yeah, the Wii one
Um,
was really really cool.
But the second one was metal as hell. Like
Yeah.
they had like metal music and it
Emo
was like,
Prince.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
It was like the Spider-Man 3 of the
Yeah.
video game world.
And then the third one, it was like I think the third one was more the Spider-Man 3. I think it was
Yeah,
like
yeah.
but like they're both kind of like that. Yeah.
yeah, the evil
Speaking
Prince.
of time stuff, you said you were playing Talos Principle 2.
Talos
Oh.
Principle 2 is
How
probably
was
my
that?
game of the year from last year. I mean, well, you know, it's very.
I feel like you said that 3 times today.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding. Yeah, go on.
yeah, it's really really good. It's a lot different thematically from the first one, but
Okay.
the gameplay's very similar. The graphics are fucking awesome. Using
Yeah.
Unreal Engine 5.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing I'm finding is that like because like my Steam Deck, I'm like kind of discovering the limitations of it. Is like
Oh, really?
it runs the game great, but it doesn't run it kind of AAA style. And when you have
Oh.
a game that looks great and has great visuals and sound, you don't want to play it on the
Really?
Steam Deck. You want to play it on a TV or like on your
Your tower or whatever. PC,
tower. Yeah. I kind of get why. Like I'm very firmly in PC camp right now. Still don't have a PS5, but I kind of
Yeah.
understand now. I'm beginning to want one because I want a little bit more of that living room couch game, good looking experience.
Yeah.
On the TV.
Like honestly, the PS5s. I mean, both systems have been kind of disappointing this gen.
Super disappointing.
Like
yeah.
the lineup of games, I feel like they spent most of the time buying up studios that they didn't spend the time being like, let's put out the games.
Yeah.
like, you know.
Yeah.
But FF7 like Rebirth is like the first one. I was like, I would maybe buy a system for that. I'm not going to right now, but
Yeah.
I would maybe buy a system for that game.
I'll probably do it for GTA. Like when GTA 6 comes.
Yeah,
Like
that's
I know,
true.
like because
Fuck.
when they saw the trailer, I just felt that electricity in my
Yeah.
body of like, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck.
I
I'm not sure
I
if
can
I'm
respect GTA. I was never one of those people that was like into like the fifth one I thought was really cool and I played some of it, but I never got into the franchise. I understand why it's
I was always,
popular,
I was
though.
probably, me and you were probably in the same boat where like you see the trailer and you're like, yo, and then you would try it and
Yeah.
you're like, I can't. I'm not.
Well, to me, like playing video games is like I don't want to play in reality. Kind of, I want to play somewhere. I want to be in fucking Hyrule or whatever it is. You know, like
There's
to-
that for me. It's more like I end up like doing all the fun, stupid stuff.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah.
I'll have a tank and fly a jet into
Yeah,
the
yeah,
ocean
yeah.
and do all that stuff, and then that only lasts for like 20 minutes.
Although the missions, some of them are pretty cool, like pretty
Yeah.
quirky and interesting, but yeah, I don't know, like
but I'm still amazed by all the stuff they do. Obviously,
like to me,
Yeah.
I thought Red Dead was like way more of a franchise up my alley than like Red Dead 2 is like my top 5 favorite games, I would say.
I'm like struggling to get through it still.
Really?
Yeah, I'm in the beginning levels.
The story's so good.
You know
though.
what? I think I don't know. I don't like westerns.
Okay,
not
I
attracted
love
to the
westerns. That's where the difference is.
Yeah, I'm not a big westerns guy. I also like. I don't know. I guess.
I tried playing the first one. I couldn't get through it, but the second one, I was like, oh, it's so good.
You know what's funny? I really enjoyed the prequel, the Red Dead Revolver for PS2.
Oh yeah,
I played that.
So you know what?
actually.
No, even know. A lot
And
of people don't even know that it exists.
Yeah, if you had told me that would become like one of this master franchise that like was everyone's favorite, I would have never believed you because I like loved it. I was like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
great little Deadeye. But then like I never
Yeah.
played the first Red Dead Redemption. Everyone's like Red Dead 2 is like the best game ever, so like I got it. And like yeah, I mean,
I think you need
you
to
know-
give it time to breathe because it is a slow burn at first.
well, actually, what one of the biggest problems is?
Yeah.
It is a slow burn,
It
but
is,
one
yeah.
of the biggest issues for me is just Rockstar's game launcher on PC is so terrible.
Oh, you
that
play on PC.
Just starting up the game, like I am tired of the game from starting it up.
Oh, really?
like-
I've never used the Rockstar.
It's
like,
awful. It's like it's
PC.
actually so difficult. I would like. I totally get why people pirate games just to
Dude,
avoid
yeah.
this crap. Like
That's
it's
you know
awful.
what I ran into that
You have to,
same
like-
problem with the Origin launch.
Yeah,
it's now
like-
EA launcher. It's awful.
Dude.
Like it was enough for me to be like, I will never play another game on PC from EA or at all. Like
I know.
I had friends. I love Titanfall 2, and like my buddies would go back like occasionally and play it, but I'm like,
Titanfall 2.
I don't know if I can do it now. I'm like, I hate Origin. It would just not launch for me, or it would be buggy.
Yeah.
What a terribly unintuitive. How do you be such a big company and fuck that up? Like,
Dude, I have no idea. I have no idea why everyone just doesn't like Steam is like fuck. I hate to be like so on Valve's dick, but like I am like
No,
they just
Steam
it's
does it
perfect.
well.
And Rockstar, that's the thing. You open it in Steam and you're like,
Yeah.
and Rockstar makes you do their crap on top of it,
They all-
and it's horrible. And
How,
like
how about Epic? Do you use the Epic
Epic
launcher?
is terrible.
Yeah.
Epic is so bad, dude.
I just got some free games from that. That's the only reason I have it.
yeah, I
think
have
got,
free games. I barely play them
I know.
because just navigating the system.
I
Is
got
so
Death
annoying.
Stranding for free, like director's cut, I think, and I was
Yeah.
like, I already beat Death Stranding, but I was like, oh, I want it on PC, so I got that. But
Yeah, I got a
Yeah.
few free games from Epic that I just
Yeah.
bought when they own money on Steam because I hated Epic so much.
yeah,
I mean, it's not so like the thing is like the worst thing about Epic is like it won't be so bad some of the time, but then like you'll just randomly play and you'll lose a save file or like the controls will be all
fuck
messed
that.
up. Like
Yeah.
I was telling Kurt like I was playing Talos Principle on Epic because it was free and then I played. Oh, it's great, and I was like 80% through the game, and it just like my save data just got corrupted or lost or whatever, and like all my progress was gone.
that
and
is
I'm
the
like, dude,
worst.
I have played the first Talos Principle like 3 times and never finished it,
Oh.
even though it's one of my favorite games. But like, and it's a puzzle game, so it's like going through it again. It's just like, okay, this is all like I've done this.
That's another good topic of like what's one game that you just can't manage to finish, but you feel like you've gotten pretty close, like several times maybe.
Oh, that's a
Yeah.
that's a good one.
For me, I was telling Bobby, it's like Shadow of the Colossus is one of them. I
Oh,
got to like
yeah.
the 8th boss like 4 times, and then what was the other one I mentioned? There's another one.
Um,
Oh, Dark Souls. Dark Souls, I get to like the first. So I love Dark Souls.
I'm the
but
same
like,
way, yeah.
I feel like a fake fan because I haven't played the first one fully. But I get to like the halfway, and then I just like
You
I
beat
don't
that
know,
like
I fell
wolf
in love.
thing, and then you're like, nah.
Yeah. Actually, I don't think
I've actually watched
like, I've
you
gotten there.
beat
I've gotten
that,
there, but yeah.
I was that way with Elden Ring, and I feel bad because like it was such a good game, but I just like.
It's
And
a
but
long
Dark Souls
game.
3
It's a
too.
long game.
I was like pretty close to the end, and I didn't finish it. So
I fucking love Dark Souls 3 and Elden Ring.
yeah,
I was thinking about like
you
should
guys
I
played the
replay-
shit out of that.
Because I
game.
Yeah.
started the new game plus for Elden Ring, and I'm like, well, like if I have to get to Mogwin's Palace to play the DLC, which is a good transition to the DLC.
Yeah.
Should I guess I have to just play through my new game plus then because I'm not at Mogwin's Palace yet. Obviously, I'm just at the beginning. So I'm like, maybe I should just play through it again, I guess. But I'm fucking super over leveled. But you hear they're gonna scale you down in a different way in the DLC, obviously, because you don't want to be overpowered.
Makes sense.
But
yeah.
but you guys saw the trailer, right?
I did. Yeah, no, it looked cool.
Yeah.
It makes me want to like pick it up again and play.
They have like I can't remember how many new weapon classes, like 10
Oh, really?
new weapon classes or something, like
Damn.
something ridiculous, some ridiculous number of weapon classes.
It's gonna be Elden Ring
weapon
of the
arts.
Kingdom. Because Tears of the Kingdom is a bad joke. Sorry.
No, I got it. I
That's
like-
huge.
I respect so much that everyone plays those franchises. Like, I already looked at my build and I have everything like prepped, and I'm like, I'm just playing and figuring out as I go. But I'm like, I should have thought ahead and got a build. You know, like I always regret it later. I'm like,
I'm like the most standard, like make
Yeah.
sure my weight is medium so I can roll properly,
yeah.
and then have a shield that's as light as can be, but blocks 100% of damage,
Mhm.
and then I'm just like an ankle slasher. I'm just one of those guys. Like have a good strong
Oh,
sword,
yeah.
one-handed sword. But then I have people that like experimented with different builds. Like obviously the Sword of Night and Flame
Yeah,
was
that
pretty
was me.
OP.
Just magic. I
That-
just easy
like,
mode.
have
it.
a couple friends that
bleed
just
damage was like crazy.
yeah, that was for Melania specifically.
Yeah.
But you could use through the whole game too. But and then I had so Simran just played like 2 great swords. That's what he wanted to do from the beginning of the game. Which is like what do you call it when they get stunned? But it's not stunned. Like you break their poise.
Oh,
because
yeah,
it's
yeah.
so heavy.
Yeah.
So he just go like jump, 2 great swords, boom, and then they
Yeah.
get like staggered.
Yeah,
they get
yeah.
staggered. So that was his style. But
That looked like such a fun way to play. Sometimes because I
Yeah.
did Sword of Night and Flame, I did just intelligence build, easy mode,
Yeah.
spellcaster, and then like. But the thing is, yeah, like once you like, because there are a couple hard boss fights that I just demolished in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I wish I had
They
more.
nerfed it a bit. I don't know if that made a difference.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, I
they did.
still
It made
see
a big
videos
difference.
of people like destroying
So that-
bosses and like
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's more
But,
just like the distance.
I did a
and stuff.
samurai, but I don't think I did it justice. So
I want to do the wretch. Like I see so many of these people like doing like level 1 wretch and beating Molina with it. It's
yeah, I
fucking
can't believe that.
incredible.
Like what's the legend?
Yeah,
Solo.
I know.
Solo.
Oh, let me solo
Let
her.
me solo
yeah.
her.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And they sent him a real katana,
Yeah.
or whatever, or something like that.
that's amazing.
That's
Yeah.
so great.
The legend of Let Me.
They should
Solo
put
Her.
him in the fucking game at this point.
Yeah, they should. They really should. I
Yeah.
hope he's in the expansion or something.
Yeah, they gotta put him in something.
Yeah, Elden Ring, man, was incredible. That game was something. You know,
It deserved Game of the Year.
It
I
totally
thought.
did.
Some people
yeah.
were complaining.
It must
I
have
was like,
won Game of the Year.
It
Didn't
did. It did.
Yeah, of course. It must have been from a bunch of outlets. Yeah.
How does it not?
Yeah,
But,
last year was so stacked. It was like
Yeah,
It's
there's one of
crazy.
those like years where you're like, okay.
Elden
Yeah.
Ring wasn't last year.
no, it wasn't
No,
last year.
it was like
but,
whatever year that
whatever
was.
year.
It was
That
like
year,
2
the
years
year of Elden
ago.
Ring was also pretty stacked.
Yeah.
And you have some years like that with the Oscars too, and you're like, whoa, there's like so many good movies this year. Like
Yeah.
the year with Parasite. And
Yeah.
Anyways, sorry.
This year was like that. I thought this year had a lot
Yeah,
of good
yeah, it was
movies.
a pretty stacked year, I'd say, for Oscars. But we're talking
I,
about games, and I derailed us. Sorry.
I played some of. It's funny because Elden Ring got like overshadowed Horizon Forbidden West, right?
Yeah,
And then I was recently playing Horizon Zero Dawn, and I'm just like, dude, this is so rough. Like I couldn't get into
Yeah. I
it.
think
we
I
talked
love
about
the
this
art
last time.
style.
I hear the story's just
Yeah, I
like
think we did talk
bland.
about this, Sam. It's. I didn't get enough into it to judge, but
There's just not enough character to it. It's kind of just I don't
Yeah.
know. That's what I was told. I didn't.
it
play.
doesn't have
The
yeah,
concept
the
is
X
cool.
factor.
Like whatever there were like robotic creatures back in like prehistoric kind of.
Yeah, the concept, the art style, the
Yeah.
like, a
You
lot
guys
of the stuff
happen
is
to
cool.
play Ghosts of Tsushima? Because I didn't. But
I
it's coming to
didn't.
PC.
That's another game. I'm like, I would probably love that game.
It's one of my-
And
yeah, a lot of my friends love
it
that.
is, oh yeah, it is coming PC, and they have the Kurosawa mode, which seemed really cool.
You should try Sekiro.
I should. I think I did briefly, and I
But the
just
thing
don't
with
know
Sekiro
if I have
for
what
me,
it takes for these
Yeah,
games.
it's yeah, that's totally fair. But I feel,
Like,
Sekiro
that one is, like-
me because I feel like I unlocked all these areas and you can fast travel.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, where am I supposed to go? Like I don't know where I'm going.
Yeah.
Right now.
Do
Like,
I
don't-
play
what's my-
Saria's
Yeah.
song or what?
You know what? Maybe that's just my thing. I just don't know what to do. And I get lost. I don't pay attention. That might be my problem.
no.
Yeah, every game
Could
should have
be.
an
That could
ocarina.
be. Yeah.
No, honestly, that was the one moment in Ocarina I'd remember being like, "What do I fucking do?"
And you figured out the fish thing. No problem.
That one was easy. Yeah. No.
You know, getting lost in games is actually a huge issue for me because, like, I
Yeah.
hate, like, honestly, I hate referring to guides. Like, I would love like a game
Mhm.
that. I think that was one of the things I loved about Talos Principles. You can get through it without a guide, and you're so immersed in it. And Nier
Yeah.
Automata as well. It's like,
Can you
So
though?
many
The first
games.
one looks. Once they did
Yeah.
rewind and shit, that was like, bro.
yeah,
I don't know how I'm supposed to figure out this puzzle when there's rewinds and clones.
cloning. Yeah,
I'm gonna Can you imagine a puzzle that there's the basic like laser opens door,
Yeah,
blah,
yeah,
blah, blah
yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
and then it's like if you can clone yourself doing stuff and then use time rewinding yourself or something like that. And I'm like, bro, how
That's
am I
already
supposed to?
breaking my
I'm
brain.
like, dude, you know how many crazy scenarios that could happen that would open this door if
Yeah.
I could clone myself?
yeah,
Like, what the? This is crazy.
yeah. It got wild. This new one is like even more mechanics. Like, there's all sorts of new.
But
stuff.
I can't bring myself to watch a YouTube video yet on what the ending was or the endings were.
I did. I broke the seal. Well, partly
Should I
because I
do it?
started the second one. Well, if you start the second one, you
Are
can.
you cool like spoiling things for yourself? Like,
Me?
yeah.
Depends. I'm trying to get
'Cause
better at
I'm
it.
like usually okay. It depends on what it is too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if it's
Yeah.
something I'm really anticipating, I'm like, please don't.
Like I spoiled. So when season 5 of I finished watching season 5 of Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
And Netflix is like one season behind, right? Because they
Yeah.
released it on Netflix. So I googled like the ending of season 5, and I got spoiler for a big spoiler for season 6,
yeah.
and it was a terrible spoiler. And I was like, "What?" And then my brother even was like, "Oh, you spoiled like the biggest thing. It's not even worth watching anymore." I'm just
Oh my
like, "Yeah, you're
God.
okay."
See, I
haven't seen
still
it.
enjoyed the journey.
I-
Like I don't
I-
care if I get like that will bother me a bit, of course. But
Yeah,
I'll still be like, I'll watch it.
yeah. No, I mean it's a big thing. Like
It usually
I run into
ruins
this
for
problem
me.
with a lot of people. They're like, I don't want to watch it because that's incomplete or read that because, and I'm like, no, but it's still fucking like. Someone was asking me the other day, like, should I read Berserk? It's not even finished. And I was like, no, but it's so good though. Like that's
Yeah.
the thing. Like there's
I've
still
heard
enough
such
there
good things
to
about Berserk.
enjoy. But I get that though. Like you want an ending.
I think it's like experiencing the moment for the first time, how
Yeah.
they want you to drop it. Like they're leading
Yeah.
up this thing or something, and then they twist it, and you're like, what?
Yeah,
But then
yeah,
if you
yeah.
already know it's coming, you're like,
Yeah.
And then I don't know why it drains it for me
Totally,
sometimes,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
You're like, I already know he's okay. And
Well,
then
it's because also the rest of the work will be building up to that, right? So it's
Yeah.
not just like you spoiled the ending; you spoiled everything because the tension's not there anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you obviously you being there for the journey, there is that, but that the journey is leading up to that destination.
It's like that's why it's fun to watch someone watch something for the first time.
yeah.
It's probably not that fun to watch them watch it the second time.
Sometimes it's awful watching someone watch something the first time because, like, if they're not properly watching, you're like, fucking watch it, damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys have
I've been
that thing
swearing a
with,
lot on this. I realize.
like live events, like when we're all watching like the things, like the Game
Yeah.
of Thrones season finale, or the world is
Yeah.
watching at the same time? Do you guys get any satisfaction from that? Like
Watching-
knowing that it's like live. Like
Yeah,
this is-
totally. Like, there's a lot of anticipation.
but like, do you ever feel like, oh wow, like everyone's watching it, like it's a big event that we're
I
all
never really
doing
thought
together?
about that. But you know, it's also been a while since I've watched stuff like that live. I will note that we have our one friend Brett that loves being the first guy.
He does,
Yeah.
yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna watch it on opening night, so that he can be like, yo, you just wait till
Yeah.
you see it.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
He was
Let
like
me
that with
tell you.
most Marvel movies for
Do you want
a
me to
while.
spoil it for you? Kind of.
I mean, we would go with him too,
Yeah.
but I don't think he does that with all the Marvel movies now.
because they suck.
They suck now, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should we talk about? Are we doing movies or no?
I wanted to talk about the Fallout show.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
We can talk about Fallout. My brother's favorite
coming
game is
out.
Fallout 4.
Okay.
Fallout 4, eh?
Yeah.
I mean, I like Fallout 4 for all its flaws still, but it's a cool world.
Yeah.
I love, like, Fallout 3 is, like, one of my all-time favorite games.
Yeah.
Probably, like, top 3, maybe. But, yeah, like, the show looks like it's following the source material pretty well. And
So I've
I'm
never
kinda
played a Fallout
excited.
game. Is there
Yes.
like a story? What type of story is it? Is it there like
Each one is it revolves around family a lot. So like Fallout 3, your father, like you're born in the vault and you grow up in the vault, and there's like this kind of society, and it's kind of like run by a company, but basically like there's nuclear apocalypse outside, and in the Fallout 3, your father is a scientist and he disappears one day. And then it's like you leaving the vault and trying to find out where your father went. And then Fallout 4 is
I like that.
you get cryogenically frozen, and you have to go find your kid that was stolen from you, basically, after like the apocalypse. And so you leave that vault, and then you're in the Fallout universe trying to find your kid.
Which one's the show following?
I have no idea, to be honest. It might even be in a completely original story.
Yeah.
The thing about Fallout is there's like they're numbered vaults. So like Fallout Vault
Are the
101.
endings like good for the stories you mentioned?
Well, there's multiple endings to a lot of
Yeah.
them. Fallout 3 is notoriously kind of made fun of.
Don't
for
tell me.
I
but don't
won't.
tell
I
me.
won't.
But like, how do you? What's your feelings on the ending? Like good, like really good endings. Not great. Interesting.
Upon initial like playing, it's like, oh, this is okay, but like there's a lot of flaws to like as you start to like think about it, you're like, actually you could have just done this and that would have not killed these people.
But,
you know, like,
but the journey was fun.
oh yeah, the world building and the world, it's one of the most unique open worlds, I would say, maybe if not the most unique, like because
Yeah.
you look at like other games like, oh, it's a sci-fi, there's so many sci-fis out there, which is fine. And then you look at like Skyrim, even it's like Skyrim's amazing, one of the best open worlds as well, but there's so many fantasy things out there. But there's really nothing that's like 1950s futuristic kind of nuclear apocalypse. Nothing else has that genre really. And
Yeah.
it really has solidified itself as this own unique world, which
Totally.
is so well done.
I will say Stubbs the Zombie kind of had that, but
Okay, yeah, all right. But where did they get that?
I was gonna say
Did you get-
BioShock.
BioShock.
Okay, BioShock was the only thing that was kind of close, but it
But
wasn't.
still-
It
still
wasn't an
unique,
open
though.
world. It was like that was a
Yeah.
linear game.
Yeah.
But
Did
yeah,
you
yeah,
guys
yeah.
finished it? BioShock, all three of them. Or?
I
No.
beat 1 and 3.
Oh yeah.
I didn't give a shit about 2. But
What?
Is 3 Infinite? No.
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
it?
yeah, yeah.
Is Infinite good?
Infinite's ending's really good. Infinite's good. I think it's shown its age as time has gone a bit. I think 1 is like really. They both have really good twists, but
That's another one that I've gotten The first time I played, I got really far, and then I think I tried 2 other times. And I didn't get that far.
I beat both those, thankfully, but
I think I got to the point where they're starting to do the big main twist, and then I fell off.
I think if they were any longer, I would have not done it.
They are
but
pretty long.
Yeah.
Did you guys play any of the kind of Game Pass exclusive games like Hi-Fi Rush or some of the ones that came out like
Pal
Starfield?
World?
Pal World, yeah.
Should we talk about Pal World? We'll end with Pal World, and then I'm gonna mention Battle Troll.
Okay, yeah. Let's do those 2 more, and then we should probably wrap it up.
Yeah.
But
We're at just 5 minutes from an hour.
Okay, same.
so
Pal World.
Guns.
Oh yeah, Pal World.
what is the
Pokemon was
Battle
always messed
Troll?
up. It was always cockfighting.
Battle Troll. We'll talk about that.
Oh
Talk about
yeah,
Pal
oh
World
yeah.
first.
You end on that. Okay, Pal World. I was right. It was a fad. Let the record show. Let AI is gonna die. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
It is much more. I mean, everybody that you probably know this already. If you follow games at all, but it is much more. Valheim, Minecraft. I guess Ark. I never played Ark Survivor.
Yeah,
But apparently
it's
very
like
Ark-
all those like.
It's
for-
way
Sons of
more
the Forest,
that,
like,
and then it's got obviously the cool part of
Pokemon.
like you can make your Pokemon do all that shit to like build your base and get your
Yeah.
resources and do all that stuff.
yeah.
So that you can go explore and do the fun stuff like capturing more Pokemon, so you can make them do more stuff for you. It's actually hilarious because it is. It's like everybody says, it is pretty like tongue in cheek. Like, do you want to put all these Pokemon to work and stuff? Like, I mean, it'll make your there's pretty much no other way to play the game. Like, you kind of have to do that.
Yeah.
And then I even caught like you're not supposed to, and it's hard. It's really hard to do, but you can like catch people too with your Pokemon, and then put them to work and make them fight.
Wait, for
stuff.
real?
Yeah,
Jesus.
it shows you the percentage chance of whether you're gonna catch the Pokemon when you throw the Pal Sphere at it.
Oh, yeah, of
the
course.
Pal Sphere. But when you throw it at a person, it's like 7 or 12% chance. But like I did it, I got one.
You got a human?
I got a human. Yeah,
Was-
but he's a bad one that like likes to shoot, kill the Pokemon and stuff or whatever.
Oh, you catch bad people.
These humans.
Yeah, I
man.
only catch the bad ones.
Can you catch good people?
I haven't tried, but I think you can. I'm sure you can.
What
actually.
the hell is with this game?
Yeah, it's so funny because
What the fuck?
the first time.
What the fuck?
The first thing, I built my base like literally in the starting area because I'm like that's pretty safe. And then there's this dude that comes up, and I'm like, oh no, this guy's coming to attack my base. I just beat the shit out of him and I killed him. And then I looked at him, I'm like, oh, he was a merchant. Oh fuck, he was supposed to be like the first introduction. Like, your
Are you
first
happy with your
merchant.
cable subscription?
Yeah, you
I
just
was
killed.
like, oh shit, I could have bought shit from him, and then I just beat the shit out of him. Like, oh fuck, sorry man. But it is fun because it's like every Pokemon has different abilities that can like not just for your base, but like some can fly and swim and like do cool
That's
stuff.
cool.
Like you can ride them and stuff, and then you have to build little harnesses and stuff, so then you can domesticate. Wait, what am I saying? No, I'm just kidding. But that's the whole game. Is like,
Yeah.
and then all the areas. Like I love exploring.
Domesticate.
Yeah.
I'm just, but that's part of the fun of the game too, is exploring all the areas. Then you
Yeah.
find the new Pokemon pals. Well, I fucking care.
Yeah.
I heard
But-
the like story's pretry like meh.
There's
but,
no story.
Oh, okay, yeah, but like it's about the
Or
world.
the lore. The lore,
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know. I don't even fall. I don't know if
Yeah.
they tell you much, but like, there's some people. I guess what you can read from playing is like, there's some people that are like there's sometimes you come across a camp where they like have a pal that's in a like cage and they're like abusing it and shit. And there's sometimes there's pals trying to attack to like free the thing. So you're like,
Yeah.
well, yeah, I guess I could
Free-
kill the people and
Yeah.
then free the pal, but really you don't. The pal just becomes one of your pals. So then you put it in your cage.
Put down
and
the
then-
slave rebellion.
Yeah.
kill all the pals.
Yeah.
trying to-
Yeah, what
Yeah, it's pretty hilarious. It's a pretty hilarious
the
game.
nice.
But I enjoyed my time with it.
Pal
but
World, yeah.
I went on vacation and then I played like an hour of it on the Steam Deck on the plane. But the Steam Deck was like, if you play Power World, you're only gonna have 2 hours. So I'm like, well, okay, I'm not gonna play.
Can't you charge it while you're on the plane?
Yeah, but my
Actually,
battery doesn't charge fast enough to like.
To play while it's charging?
No, yeah, but then I started playing another
My
indie
God,
game. I
Steam
played
Deck.
another indie game, and they're like, you have like 16 hours playing this game. I'm like, oh yeah,
Oh,
I'll just play
okay.
this. I'll play this
Yeah.
indie game.
was
Play-
that the
Play
what's it
Dave the
called?
Diver.
I played Dave the Diver's demo. I
It's
enjoyed it.
good.
Everybody says it's amazing.
It's a
I
good
haven't-
game.
I don't know if it appeals to me, but I'm sure if
Yeah.
I played it, I would understand why. Oh, and then I never played it, but the guys I made Inside, I love Inside.
Yeah.
And they made what's the other one called?
Inside and
It's the one where this kid's trying to save his sister.
I know what you're talking about.
But anyway, they have so they
Inmost? Is it
no
called?
no no. But he came out with because I guess he left his studio, played it or whatever.
Inside
And then he made his new game, which has like bugs and stuff, and it's like puzzle, but there's a little bit of I guess combat or something.
Insects, not bugs.
Yeah,
like the game not working properly, right?
Yeah, insects. Yes.
Yeah.
But apparently that's a really good game too. And it's the same kind of. He's I don't know. I feel like the guy that made Inside's pretty smart. I feel like he's a pretty genius guy. But anyway,
He
so
thinks pretty outside the box.
Apparently, the Firewatch developers are also coming out with something new, which is
Oh, yeah?
gonna be awesome. So
yeah.
they got acquired.
Okay, so then we'll end with me bringing up Balatro,
Yes,
which is like my new Slay the Spire, which is not. It's not like probably as.
What
good
is Slay the Spire? For those that don't know,
How do you not know what Slay the Spire is? You guys kind of know what Slay the Spire is. Okay,
No,
so it's a
no,
roguelike deck builder that probably put the genre on like the status that it is now.
Yeah.
Kind of, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like it's
probably.
the one. Like if you're gonna play a
The big one.
roguelike deck builder, and you've heard of one at all, it's probably Slay the Spire.
I had
So
to
I don't-
delete it because I got so addicted to it.
It's too fun.
really,
It's
so
such a good
good.
game. Yeah,
it looks
so
fun.
good.
Like every time I watch like people play it, I'm like, oh, it's cool.
it's so fun. It's
So
like
good.
300 megabytes, and it's like better than any AAA 100 gigabyte
It's
game.
so fucking good. That's why I love Valheim because it's so small. It's like 1 or 2 gigs
Yeah,
or something, and it's so beautiful. Which
Valheim.
yeah, it's.
I
yeah,
played like
survival.
5, maybe an hour or two. Then I got bored. No,
I don't
I'm
think
not
you're a
gonna
survival game guy though. Like I'm not
lie. No,
that.
but I am. I played
but-
It was like
Oh, yeah,
I'm like,
forest,
oh, this
yeah,
is the
okay.
forest, but
Yeah.
like fantasy and more boring.
yeah. I'm
Fine.
mixed with survival games. I don't mind them.
I
but
like it.
I
And
really have to feel
you have to have a good crew.
invested.
I feel
Yeah.
like
Maybe
Yeah.
if I play the forest, I'll just hate or not hate.
Maybe
I'll
I-
find the other ones boring.
I love fantasy though, but like maybe it's just I like the horror elements of
Okay,
forest more.
fair.
I don't know.
But anyway, Balatro is pretty easy
yeah,
to play if
talk
you
about
want to. If you want to play another deck builder and you're tired, because I was like once every month or two, I'll Google or YouTube something, basically me being like, is there another Slay this? Did they come out with like a second one,
Yeah,
or is
yeah.
there like another one that like does it better? And there's like another Slay the Spark because like I want that
Yeah.
crack feeling. And like I played Monster Train. There's a
Chase the
few other
Dragon.
ones that I tried. But this one for some reason has got me, Balatro. So basically it's like you're playing poker hands and you have to get a certain score to get to the next level. And then as you go along, the roguelike part is there's all these jokers, which are just buffs. So like your flushes will give you more points, let's say. So you can get that joker card.
Oh,
or every
okay.
time you use pairs or something, or like there's all kinds of different cards that like help buff the hands that you play. So if you play this specific hand, you'll get more and more points. So that, and then obviously as you play, you have to get these amount of points. So every round you have to get these amount of points. It says in the top left
Yeah.
within these many hands. So actually you could try to get points every hand, or you can also use your discards too. Because sometimes you'll play one hand, and like with all the multipliers and everything you did with all your roguelike stuff, you can hit that score like no problem with like one hand sometimes.
Wow.
So it does require like a little bit of poker knowledge. Like you have to know like straights, flush, pairs, 3 of a
Yeah.
kind, whatever. But like you can learn that pretty quick.
Huh.
But it's got me addicted because it's so simple. I don't know. There's something about these like really simple games sometimes
Yeah.
because it feels like a
It
little
is always the
commitment.
simple games that like.
It's like
get you.
it's the same feeling probably that people get when they play was it Vampire Survivors? Remember
Yeah,
we played that for a little
yeah,
bit?
yeah,
Where it's like it's so low commitment, but then you're like 3 hours later, you're like, what the fuck happened?
what
like,
the
whoa.
hell?
Yeah. Anyway,
I've had games like that too, where like they're so simple, but
So-
like they're addicting.
is Fortnite overrated?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we finally put that to rest.
No.
No.
No, not at all.
Not
I'm
at
excited
all.
for the sequel to Pal World, Buddy Planet. It's gonna be good. Check it out next year. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Thank you.
Hopefully,
Hopefully we'll
sound
do
is-
this
Yeah.
another one of these next year,
Yeah.
or we can do more often. We'll see.
Nice to. Yeah. Hopefully the sound worked well. This is the new mic setup.
Yeah, we got a place and a setup now, so it should
I
happen. more.
probably belched 14 times into this microphone. I wonder how
Me
that's
too,
gonna go
actually.
Clap sync now.
Yeah.